All right. Good enough. There it is. All right. What's up, people? My name is Tim Black. Welcome back to Tim Black Show. We're live. We're on this, there we go. There we go. We're everywhere. What's going on? Tim Black Wolfpack in the house. Give it up for Bug Bewley, Ebony, and Black Mamba, y'all. Get up for my moderators, y'all. Moderators in the chat room. What up? The people are in the house right now, man. There we go. What's up, people? What's up? Black Rose, what's going on? How you doing, Anna? What's cracking? Sherry and C. Miles in the building. Thank you for being here, man. Look, y'all, what's up? Man, my people. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get everything loaded up, man. Do we have people? Are we in the building or what?
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life?
How does it help your life, Johnson? Okay. Good enough, people. Good enough. So what's up, man? Y'all good? Y'all survive? I ain't seen some of y'all since last week. You weren't here last night, so I don't know what you've been up to out here in these streets. Yo, what's up? If you're new to the show, this is a Tim Black Show. We're a politics show. We do U.S. politics, breaking news, and Black culture. And we do that on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the people are what keep this show going. This ain't no Democrat or Republican Party here. We don't do that. So, if that's going to be a problem for you, go ahead and tip on out the door now, because it ain't going to change. What's up, man? That's been going on. Tim Black, being me, I'm just one of those people that you call a Democratic Party hater. That's because I see through them. Yeah, I'm able to see through them. I see their lying, corrupt ways. And a lot of people just don't see it, man. It's fooled by it. I'm not fooled by it. It is what it is. We got to fight the power, people. Yeah, we got to fight the power, man. It's a lot of powerful liars out there. So the Tim Black Show, we aim to expose the liars and the corrupt people. They got their hands in your pocket. And I'm just a guy going, look, hey, whoa. Hey, this guy's got his hand in your pocket. Do you see that? Can't feel that? That's all I'm doing. That, and we're just having conversations, Johnson, just a chat. Just a conversation about what's going on in the world. I got my Tim Black Wolfpack. Those are the people that keep the show going. Tim Black's VIP. Team Black in the building. That's right, Team Black in the building. That's right. As the establishment media ignores us, the Tim Black Wolfpack, part of my Patreon crew, are the people that shape our own narratives. That's why we empower the people, Johnson. Be a part of that. Go to jointimblack.com or find us on YouTube. Become a part of the community and let your voice be heard. People in my Patreon make suggestions about what content to cover. And that's why it's so important, man. It's so important. It's more than being a viewer. You're part of the actual show. So I thank everybody, all my members of the Tim Black Wolfpack, man. Thank y'all for doing what y'all do, man. Yo. I'm trying, Johnson. But I refuse, man. Sometimes I look at what they're talking about, what's making news, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I even feel good about talking about this stuff. Because sometimes it's such bogus nonsense. It's like the media has to get paid somehow, so they'll be talking about anything. But I try to bring you what I legitimately feel stories that are worth your time. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for bearing with us here. Thank you for being a member of this. All you people out there doing your thing, man, I hope you had a comfortable, safe, peaceful weekend. We're back at it, coming in hot. What up, Ebony? How you doing, sister? Ebony is my newest moderator, man. I appreciate her being here, man. I really do. I got the Tim Black Wolfpack crew, man, giving me love, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's go deep. What up? Man, don't look. And we do what we do. Donna C giving a love to Buck. Buck's granddaughter, man. Did she win the contest? Hope she did, Buck. I would have pinned it, Buck. I would have pinned the damn comment. C Miles in the building. What up, C? Okay. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's all good, Johnson. Anyway, let's go, Johnson. Let's go. Let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. You're ready for some content? I'm ready for content. We might as well jump right into it, man. I have no idea where this story is going to go. I'm on a ride with you. Let's go ahead and take the ride together here on the Tim Black Show. Buckle up. What do we got?
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Actress Sydney Sweeney came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, we've been listening.
Next on deck.
Yeah, I'm aware, man. There's a lot of people that know who the hell Sydney Sweeney is. Though she's been in a couple of shows that are kind of popular if you have cable. I think on HBO, something called Euphoria and the others. Well, she's making news really because of this ad for American Eagle where she did this thing about, I don't know, do I have it? Do people know what I'm talking about? I don't know if they know what I'm talking about. Let's see if I have it, because I've already commented about it. You know? What the hell? You know? Let's see if we got it here. Yeah, we do. Let's go.
I'm here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Good.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
I understand that this video is supposed to be very controversial, and people are very upset about it. And I, as a black man, I'm supposed to be, I don't know. I'm supposed to feel a certain kind of way about it. I don't know, man. I don't think I feel any kind of way about it. Who's this little white boy, and why should I be upset? She's this big, man. I'm upset because she said it makes your butt look good, and I didn't see a butt. Let's try again. One more time from the top, Joss. Go ahead, say it.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or...
So anyway, Johnson, anyway, that's the commercial. Then she does something about, people were offended because something was said about genes, like genetic genes. And they said it was about eugenics. You know what, man? All about nothing. Not something that I feel that most people would give a damn about, but they got a blood sport going on. It's Democrats versus Republicans, conservatives versus liberals, MAGA versus whatever, Democrat, I don't know. And at the end of the day, none of us really give a damn. And Trump's weighing into it because it's politics, and that's what they do. And it's a dirty game, Johnson. And this is why I say both parties suck, because of this nonsense. We don't care about this. We care about all the other things that matter in our lives: our bills, our family, our kids, our neighborhoods, our jobs, our retirements, our health, our water, our air. These things we care about. But if they keep us focused on something as dumb as a corporation selling tactics, I'm telling you, man, like I know I'm not that, I know I'm not that wrapped too tight. You know what I'm saying? But Johnson, if I really felt there was anything here to really get upset about, I'd be way ahead of you. But it's just not anything worthy of us being upset. So Trump acknowledged it. He bigged it up because she said she was a Republican. She's a registered Republican. So now they're playing a political angle. Here's the thing. The progressives, or I would say the Democrats, who were making a big deal about it, going on CNN or MSNBC or whatever platform they went on to complain about the commercial and it hearkening to genetics of white people better than black people when there were no black people in the commercial. I've seen way more offensive commercials. Way more offensive commercials. There wasn't even anything like, it wasn't like good, bad, but everybody's got great genes. You're talking to a bald black man about genes. I got bald, obviously this pattern baldness sucks, but that's not what they were reminding to. They're just trying to sell genes, Johnson. And it's for the life of me, man. I know I'm old, but I don't remember American Eagle being the gene of choice. I just don't. But guess what just happened? Because of all the complaining, because you're easily triggered, Democrats, about this dumb commercial, they got way more advertising money out of it because of you. Because, see, they paid to do an ad, they ran it, and then you give them exponential exposure by complaining about it, which did nothing but give them free ad revenue. Sort of like Trump, and that's how he won in 2016, is that the Democrats did so much complaining about Trump that he ended up with 10 times more ad recognition and brand awareness than his competitors. So he cleaned the entire Republican field like dominoes, like their pissed off sister or brother who you're beating in Monopoly and they just throw the board over. You know them, sore losers, just because they landed on your boardwalk for the 4th time around. Listen, at the end of the day, Johnson, all the Democrats did was feed into it. So now American Eagle, their stock is through the roof. They sold out of the damn jeans, the good jeans, whatever that's called. And all you did was make a corporation richer. And Sydney Sweeney is 10 times more popular than she was before this damn commercial. So, way to go. Way to go. Amazing. Good job. Complain about something 99% of people weren't paying any attention to. Then the ones who saw it, who didn't even look at it that way, just saw a skinny little white boy selling jeans and thought, okay. You're trying to read into it, trying to find something to be insulted by, something to be aggrieved about, something that makes you want to run to a safe space. And all it was is a company trying to trigger you successfully and making millions of dollars off your fragile insecurities. Good job, Johnson. Hey, man, I wish they would get this upset about me. Shit, I love to grow the Tim Black show. Yeah, I love it. I want to trigger them. Let me trigger them. Damn it. Ooh, how can I trigger the liberals? All right, Johnson. It is what it is. Hit the like button if you understand what I'm saying, man. And you guys are smart enough to understand how this works. You know, when you support this show, you join thousands of people that chose truth over propaganda, BS, party politics. You're amazing. Let's keep it going. Next story. Where we at here?
Deck with Tim Black.
This interview felt like a microcosm of everything that's wrong with Democrats post-election. Going to CBS and this sort of trying to make a point that they fired Stephen Colbert, which many on the left called an attack on democracy, a man who was making $20 million a year, someone I hold in high esteem, but the economics of his show were not working. He was losing $40 million a year. He was in the Ed Sullivan Theater, which is expensive. To talk about the plight of democracy at CBS, a network that's having its own struggles right now, rather than talking about the economics of the situation and playing to something, a shrinking audience that is network television, not realizing it's not where the American voters are. It felt like if everyone who was advising her told her this was a good idea, that is not where I would have made the grand comeback. It's like announcing your exploratory committee on the sinking deck of a Titanic.
Next on Deck with Tim Black.
I'm sorry, Johnson. I didn't hear anything she said. Am I the only person who didn't even know what she was talking about there? I'm not going to rewind it. I don't think it was important. Something about Kamala, something about Stephen Colbert. You know something, guys? I guess I'm just too black. Stephen Colbert been on, what, a decade? I think I watched it twice. Maybe because somebody like Mos Def was on it or something. I mean, I'm just being 100 with you. I mean, many people did not watch that damn show. Okay? Millions of people didn't watch it. That's part of the reason why I got canceled. You know, we know it's great. You know what's great? To be such a hack, to be so loved by the Democrats that your show could be losing $40 million a year. Can I repeat that? $40 million a year. And when you get fired, it's not about your performance. It's because of Trump. Yeah, they made it about Trump. Trump got him fired. It couldn't have been the bad ratings. It couldn't have been the loss of money. Well, he's doing better than Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's show costs 1/10 the cost of, because of where Colbert's show was, is very expensive. A lot more expensive than Jimmy Fallon's show. Charlamagne has a show. No one watches it, but you know how much it costs? $2. $2 probably. You know how many writers they had on the Colbert show? He employed like 300 people. What did they do? Stephen Colbert was making $20 million himself every year, Johnson, for a show that was barely cracking $2 million? Here goes something. Legacy media is dead. Late night TV is deader. If legacy media, old school media news is dead, legacy like late night shows are a corpse. They're a ghost. They're hunting. They are the Conjuring, Johnson. You understand what I'm saying? They are fossils. Understand what I'm saying? No one watches late night shows anymore. Okay? That's so 90s. It's been on the decline since 2000. Okay, since the 2000s. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. What is it? But they can't just admit like the show wasn't doing that good. Yeah, they weren't making all this money. It wasn't a powerful show. What it is, Johnson, a lot of politicians who want to be Hollywood people, they like going on TV, and that show would have them on. So they're all pissed the show's going away because they like going on the show. You see what I'm saying? It's all self-serving. All these politicians wish they were actors and actresses, but they're not. They're not. They're not even close to it. I mean, they act. Hold up a second. They act as if they care about people. So I guess they're actors in that way, but they are not actually skilled actors. They want to be, and they want to hang out with Hollywood people. They want to be around the rich and famous. We all saw AOC at the gala thing with her dress on. We saw her on the cover smiling. Jasmine Crockett does her whole thing to blow up their popularity and get clout. All of them, that's all they want to do. It seems like that's the main focus of what they're doing. It's not no legislation. What legislation? So this is the main focus, man. Can you imagine crying a river for a guy who was making $20 million a year, telling bad Trump jokes to a limited audience? There are YouTubers with no budget who have bigger audiences than Colbert. Okay? Right? Wallow and Gilly have a bigger, Joe Budden has a bigger audience than Colbert. And what's he, I don't know his budget, but it ain't $40 million a year. He ain't losing $40 million a year. You know what I'm saying? He may be making $40 million a year. He ain't losing $40 million. You understand what I'm saying here? And this is why I can't stand the Democrats. A mountain out of a molehill. An irrelevant issue. Everywhere. They've been talking about this for 2 weeks now, y'all. 2 weeks of Colbert. 2 weeks of feel bad for and he's not even going to be off air for another 8 months. It's not like he got fired last week. You know, I get it remember when Don Lemon and Joy Reid got fired? We talked about it for a few days. This sucker's contract's not getting renewed. And the contract's not up till 2026, like in the fall. And these babies are crying about it in fucking August. And then they wonder why people call them snowflakes. Think about it. How many of you got an 8 months notice that you're going to lose your job? And then somebody, they're talking about suing CBS. It says CBS doesn't have a right to terminate a contract to a losing program. No one's even showed up to say, no, that's not true. It's a lie. The show's not losing money. No one has denied that the show is losing money every year and that the ratings, that the numbers of viewers have been going down since the 2000s. You all know that this show used to be David Letterman's show, right? And before that, it was Johnny Carson's show. We know this. We know the history. Okay, young people, listen up. Once upon a time, everyone used to watch late night TV. There were only like 4 channels. You only had like 4 options. In the entire world, with the entire country, and let's focus on the United States. Half the country used to watch Johnny Carson. Because there was nothing else to compete against it, not really, right? So let's say 20 million, 40 million people watched the Johnny Carson show. I'm guessing. When David Letterman took the show over in the 80s, he got like 20 million. Okay? And then Colbert took the show over, he got like 8 million, 7 million, 5 million, 3 million. You know what I'm saying? If David Letterman got Colbert numbers, they would have fired him like a 357 Magnum. You know what I'm saying? He'd been fired immediately. If Johnny Carson got David Letterman numbers, he would have jumped off a cliff in embarrassment. You understand what I'm saying? The market has changed. It's changed from what people want to watch. It's changed due to all the other options you have for entertainment. Guys, there was a time when you had to rent a movie. John, this show goes back to before you could even rent movies. You understand what I'm saying? So then you can rent movies, then you can stream movies. There's all these other options of all types of content. You ever watch Colbert or a UFC fight? I'd watch a UFC fight. Hell, I'd look out my window and watch a fight before I watch Colbert. You understand what I'm saying, Johnson? Is this sinking in? And not only that, politics has changed. Colbert leaned into politics in a way that's just disgusting, man. I just stand up comedy. I went on a tour doing jokes that I wrote. A couple places I did locally when I went on the tour was fine because I had a political audience. When I went to like a local bar to do jokes and the guys found out I was going to do politics, it was a guy who pleaded with me. He was like, nah, man, you're a funny guy, but guess what? You're going to split the room in half, man. And that sucks for the rest of us because once you go up there and you make a Trump joke, all the Democrats leave. If you make a Democrat joke, all, at the expense of the Trumpers, all the Trump, it's everyone, you piss off everybody. The only hope I had was to go both sides. Colbert never did both sides. He just shitted on Trump. Every day, every show, every joke. And now guess who's the president? Trump. And it's just so many good Trump jokes, Johnson. They've been telling Trump jokes for 10 years. 10 years, Johnson. They were telling Trump jokes when Trump was out of office. They were still telling Trump jokes because he was so popular. They were just dominating, okay, with Trump jokes. Folks, I mean this with all sincerity. Go to hell, Stephen Colbert. Your show sucks. People don't like it. They're not watching it. Your show is boring. It's a hack. We've seen it. I didn't see it, but other people saw it. And even when boring white people don't want to watch it, you know you did something wrong. And take your money, go open up a tea shop or something. All right. You guys, all right? All right. And last thing, I like to find the black people that anybody black that's butthurt over this show. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to send your black cards to the Tim Black Show in care of Tim Black. We need to get your black card back. Seriously, let's get your black card back, man. We're gonna issue you a white card, a temporary white card, because your black card has been revoked. All right, man. Next.
Black.
Hi. Elmo and I wanted to share that everyone is always welcome on Sesame Street. This month and every month, we want to uplift and celebrate our LGBTQIA+ family, friends, and communities.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ariana. From our Sesame Street family to yours, happy Pride! Elmo loves you.
And I love you, Elmo.
Next on.
When I saw that, first thing I thought is this AI. So I don't even know if it's real. I'm hoping it's not real. Okay. When I saw it, first thing I thought, this has to be AI, because why would Elmo be talking about LGBTQIA? It's for preschoolers, right? Isn't Elmo for like preschool and like up to like maybe third grade? Why are they talking about sexual orientation? See, we got people that are Democrats or Democrat friendlies who don't understand why people can't stand the Democrats. They think it's because it's the party of black people. It's not. Now, there ain't been a black party since the Black Panther Party, okay? There ain't been a black party since the Black Panther Party, okay? Be real. Democratic Party is a white party, just like the Republican Party. But it's worse because it lies to black people. They hire a couple black people, promote a couple black people like Jamie Harrison, who are horrible at their jobs. They put people like Congressional Black Caucus on Front Street and pretend they care about black people. Most of the time, they spend advocating for LGBTQIA and Latinos. They give money to people like Al Sharpton, who only care about black people when they get shot or when he can make a couple bucks. And then they pretend to care. That's the whole thing. This is the real reason why people hate the Democratic Party. Shit like this. This is why PBS lost their funding, Johnson. The PBS is shoving sex down the throats of kids. Why would I have a 3-year-old grandbaby. I love her so much. She's everything, man. She do not need to hear even the letters in that order at all. There is no reason why my 3-year-old or my 6-year-old granddaughter need to know this. But see, you'll watch CNN and MSNBC and hear somebody blabbermouth run on about, well, we're trying to save the children and diversity is important and everybody needs it and we represent, and they don't love the kids and they're horrible. There you go. Most of you probably never knew that was running, that they have commercials like that. They do spots like that on PBS. Then when you say, when parents, you walk in the room and you see that on TV, there are old white women who have time to call up their Republican representative and be like, did you see this shit? That majority of black women are busy at work. But there are old white women with a couple dollars who are able to stay home, and they walk in, they got their granddaughters or grandkids in there playing, and they see that on the screen, and they immediately contact Ted Cruz. They get on the phone to that Jason Kennedy, what's his name? You don't like cops? Well, next time you get robbed, call a crackhead. That guy. The fake, folksy guy, he really don't talk like that, but it sounds hilarious when he does the imitation. Listen, guys, they call up their representative and they complain. And guess what? They may be bigots. Yep, they may be. They may be annoying. They may smell like raisins, and they may put raisins in their potato salad. But guess what? They're right. Because that should never be seen by kids. Never be seen by kids. Never, ever. But what will happen? Abby Phillip will get on CNN. Rachel Maddow will get on CNN. Illy Missile. It's the guy with the reverse Don King, whatever that is he's got going on. Look like he ate Don King. He'll get up and complain. I want everyone to know that this is wrong. And things are wrong. And the Democrat Republicans are fascist. And they complain. And they're dissing the LGBTQI. It's wrong what they're doing. No bass in his voice. All tenor. No bass at all. And this is why people want them to go. And this is why PBS lost their funding. That commercial you just saw. Now, once again, I don't even know that's real. I've been fooled by AI before. If it's not real, I apologize. I can't tell. I'm told it's real. And see, this is something I want to stress to my brothers and sisters, man. We're the big mamas. Big Mama, stop going to church, listen to your pastor if they're kissing the Democratic Party ass. Big Mama, our kids are more important than your love for that pastor. If he's pushing a party that will push that on our kids. Big Mama, they out of line. They gone too far. They've gone too damn far. You gave money to Kamala Harris so that she could be she supports this. She supports this. You understand what I'm saying? She supports PBS being able to run those types of ads in front of your kids, in front of your grandbabies, mama. Sis, Big Mama, this is not good. All right, man, let me know what y'all think, man. It is what it is. Let's keep going, Johnson. We got more content to cover. I'm through with him, man. I'm through with him.
Deck with Tim Black.
When I heard her say that, the system is broken and she wants to take a step back from the system, her whole career has been the system. I just don't see.
It made no sense.
Her whole career has been the system. I just don't see how now, she's going to take a step back away from the system. But I do think that, her mentality of wanting to go out there and saying, I want to be more of a public servant and actually, be on the ground, meeting people, shaking their hands, looking them in the eyes, talking to them. I think that will have more of an impact than people think. I saw people saying that, she wouldn't make a good surrogate because, she's unpopular, and I'm putting unpopular in air quotes. Yeah, I mean, she got the second most votes of any Democratic nominee in a presidential election ever. Now, I don't know, what that personally means, especially when the first one was Joe Biden. But if you got that many people who went out there and voted for you, then she clearly has some type of cachet that she probably could use to help other individuals win elections.
Right.
I don't know what happens for her in 2028 as far as the Democratic primary and things like that. Because I think you know where her biggest opposition will come from, Stephen.
What? Where?
The Democratic Party.
Yep.
Because you got so many people in the Democratic Party who didn't want her when she ran for the 107 days. Do you think they're going to want her in 2028?
Right. Which is the latest reason why I don't think she'd have a snowball's chance in hell of winning. I'm not saying that she couldn't be a surrogate, go out there and campaign, give speeches, assist, but she can't be the candidate. And now, again, we got to remind her she couldn't make it to Iowa in 2020, and in 2024, she bypassed the primaries. We all know that. Obviously, Joe Biden had everything to do with that because he didn't step away as early as he should have, and we get that part. But in the end, the popularity was a question mark. And just like she went on The View, and she said when Sonny Austin asked her, is there anything that you would do differently? And she said, no, I can't think of any. This was another example when they asked her the other day about her stepping away, and she's like, I want to step back from it. The system is broken. You're a career politician. You've been there practically all your life. You've been an attorney, a state attorney general. You've been a prosecutor. You've been a senator. You've been a vice president. My God, you've been a part of it. And now you're saying it's broken. That means you can do but so much to fix it when you was in it. So how are we going to believe
the system was
that
broken
that's
long
do that now? It's long before.
Yeah, the system was broken long before Donald Trump,
That's right.
got into office.
Next.
Man, the worst thing about these two guys is all they do is repeat what they hear us say. That's it. They just regurgitate other lines that they stole from other people. And it's so obvious because anybody out here who makes content knows New Black Media has been saying this for about, I don't know, maybe 4 years now. And depending on what platform they're on and what time of day it is, they'll come in with a whole different point of view. Charlamagne was just on YouTube and was just on Fox News trashing Trump in protecting Kamala. Then that didn't go so well, so now he's on Stephen A. Smith praising Kamala, even though she sucks after he says she's an idiot. Then he defends her. Then Stephen A. says she could be a surrogate, but she sucks, but Joe Biden's fault. Everything is a triangulation. Everything is be against it while you're for it, while you oppose it, while you support it. And it's what hacks do, because at the end of the day, all it's about is maintaining your own visibility and relevancy. They don't have any original thoughts. Stephen A. Smith never has an original take on anything. is just a regurgitation of someone else. Charlamagne does not have original thoughts. That's why he always hanging out with Angela Rye, so that he could pretend to have a point of view. And then when he gets into dangerous waters, he can look over to her, and she can nod to him to shut up or keep going or whatever. Kamala Harris. Anybody who believes Kamala Harris is a talented politician doesn't know what talented politicians are. She just wasn't. She hasn't truly won anything since the Senate. Okay? That's it. And she is a person who has risen beyond her effectiveness. And I question if she was an effective senator. I don't think she was. What she was is a person who read lines correctly against Jeff Sessions that were prepared for her by her staff. I don't even think that Kamala wrote the lines that she said. Only thing I agree with is that is the facts as far as the historical record is she was dropped out. She had to drop out and she was gifted. Kamala Harris has been gifted so much as a politician. She should be happy and thankful for being able to hustle her. She should be thankful that she's been able to do what she's done up to this point. To me, she hasn't earned anything. Joe Biden made her vice president. I don't know why he did that, other than to protect himself, knowing she had no chance to succeed him. She could not overshadow him because she has no political chops. Word on the street is, and I've heard this from other reporters, just today was watching a video. They were explaining that the Biden campaign had so much dirt on Kamala Harris. That's why she really can't talk negatively about Biden, because the Biden team said they would unleash negative stories about her, which would destroy her career. Because what did she do when she was vice president? What did she really get done? Anything, people? What did she really do? What was she in charge of? What was she doing for 4 years? You understand what I'm saying? And there are people, and I'm sorry, man, if you're a person that's particularly a black woman that's living through the accomplishments of Kamala Harris, be happy she was vice president. That's enough. That's further than she should be. I'm no Obama fan, but if we are comparing ability, or we're comparing talent, does she really seem like Scottie Pippen to him, Michael Jordan? I mean, think about what I'm saying here. Is she really on the level of a Bill Clinton? I know you want to defend her because she's a woman and because she's Indian. But I'm just saying, does she have the characteristics, the natural ability, like a Trump, to get up and make up shit? I mean, I'm just saying, let's be real for a second here. Yeah, we're going to go for bonus. I don't have that many stories, and I feel comfortable. This is something I could talk about for an hour, but I won't. See, Charlamagne the God and Stephen A. Smith can't keep it real. When you start looking at political candidates, when you start looking at what people brought to the table, Johnson, compare Kamala Harris to Trump. Does she have people that would follow her? Trump famously said, I could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue in broad daylight and they'd still support me. Are there people that feel that way about Kamala? No, I'm just asking. We're not talking about your personal, you don't like the guy, fine. We're talking about people that do like him. Okay? He won his nomination 3 times in a row, Johnson. Kamala hasn't won a single nomination at all. She was picked to be VP, and then she was anointed to be the Democratic nominee. You know, that's not how it's supposed to work, right? You do understand that you're supposed to be chosen by the people. Now, man, she's been gifted positions. She was, and this is why she sucks. See, You're supposed to earn it. So that when you earn it, when you go through the hard knocks of having to build it, to create it, to suffer through it, to grow through it, you learn things. Kamala, on the other hand, had it gifted to her, so she didn't learn anything. She can't talk on her feet. She can't even do interviews without CBS doctoring the footage to try to save her from embarrassment. She is no Bill Clinton. Hell, she's not even a George W. Bush. How could you not be a George W. Bush? Do you think she would have been able to duck the shoes that they threw at George W.? I mean, here. You think she would have done that? No. Boop, right in the head. What is that? Who hit me? Boop, right, another head, another shoe, shoe to the face, shoe to the face. And I think some of you are living in la-la land, man. You're delusional. You're leading. Look, we're going to have to start thinking with our brains and feeling with our hearts, but thinking with our brains instead of thinking with our hearts. So we're going to have to start doing here. Charlamagne the God, I think it should be against the law for you to have any criticism of her after you shoved her down our throat for 4 years. You were part of the shoving her down the throat. You were the one with the softball-ass interviews. You bringing her on the Breakfast Club, overlooking her glaring flaws. You, dear Hughley, all of y'all, you guys sold the black community out for this Indian Jamaican woman. And then when she lost, you want to blame everything else except her. The Democrats did not want her because she sucks. They knew she would lose. That's why, Johnson. They would have wanted a winner, Johnson. They would have wanted a winner. Who doesn't want? They wanted to win. They had shared $2 billion. $2 billion. All we hear you guys talk about is how much money Elon Musk gave Trump. He didn't give him $2 billion. Kamala Harris had $2 billion. And she spent it giving it to her friends like Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, and Oprah Winfrey. And then what happened? She got her ass roasted and she lost every swing state. Every swing state. You're going to blame the Democrats for her losing every swing state? Every swing state, Johnson? Really? It's never been done before. She has historical losses. And the best you guys could do is the two of you, the two brain trusts of Stephen A. Smith and Charlamagne the fraud, is to come up here and say, basically, it's because the Democrats didn't get behind her. They didn't get behind her because no one wants to back a loser. And then all of the money out the party was siphoned out. And she hooked up her friends, so later maybe she would be able to call in favors. Basically, it was payola. It was soft bribes, is what it was. So no, she's not going to be running in 2028. Just like she's not running for the governor's race in California. Why? Because she would lose. Everyone knows she would lose. The only people that are dim enough to think it's something else because she's tired. She wants to get away. The system's broke. Yeah, but neither one of these guys would say the truth. She would get beat like a drum. She would get destroyed. It's the same reason why she dropped out of the race in 2020 for the Democratic nomination, because she was about to get destroyed in California. Bernie was going to beat her in her own state. And if she would have lost that, she never would have been vice president. She made the calculation that she was going to get destroyed in California. So she got out the race before Iowa because she was about to lose. And that kept her hopes alive. The best thing that would have happened, it could have possibly happened before Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her, by just saying things that we've all been saying for years. Tulsi Gabbard, by the way, guys, Tulsi Gabbard, when she destroyed Kamala Harris in those debates, the Democratic debates in 2019, those are things that we had all been saying for a couple of years. She just had an opportunity to say them on the world stage. I know I was saying them in 2017, 2018, 2019. These are things we were saying when we were looking her up. It is what it is, man. 2016. Look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. they're not going to tell the truth about her. They're not going to be honest. Well, if you're going to lie to someone, lie to yourself. Don't lie to us because we remember her. And I'm convinced someone was talking to her through her earpiece. I believe she had an earpiece in her head, man. I mean, she was horrible. So it is what it is. She dropped out of the race. She didn't win any. How you going to be in there and not win any votes? She was in the primary and didn't win a single. I won as many. Kamala Harris, I won as many primary votes as Kamala did her first time when she ran for the nomination. You know that, right? I didn't win any, but I didn't spend any money running. She ran and she didn't win any. And then she left the race. And she's doing the same thing again. And the media is giving her a pass. The media is letting her lie and say she's not running because she's tired of politics, because it's too divisive and the system's broke. Now your chances of winning are broke. Your head is broke. All right, man, that's all I got. Charlamagne the guy, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. Stop lying all the time. Stephen A. Smith, I'm still waiting for you to come on the show, Stephen A. I'm still waiting for you to come through. Come through, Stephen. We've been talking to your people, man, for weeks. He's so busy. He's on vacation. He's okay. It's because you don't want a real conversation, but you'll talk to Candace Owens, though. Yeah, you'll talk to her twice. Have you sat down with anybody black to talk about real shit that's not going to lie and not going to give you soft questions? Mr. Political person who thinking about running yourself, Sean Hannity's friend. Why won't you come on somebody on black? Won't you come on a black media platform where someone's not going to kiss your ass, not going to lie, not going to let you get loud and say a bunch of nothing, but your prepared lines like you did on The View? Come on, Johnson. Neither one of you. All right, let's keep going, Johnson. Hey, man, it is what it is. We got to be honest, man. We got to be honest. And this is part of the problem. There are some of us in the black community that fall for Charlamagne the God and fall for Stephen A. Smith. Now, I understand for Stephen A., he's got a white audience that eats this stuff up. As long as he says something semi-positive about Trump, they clap for him. But know this, man. Black America, we need better than Stephen A. and Charlamagne. This is a joke. No one takes them seriously. Everyone knows Charlamagne is just a platform that gets a lot of young black people who don't know what's going on. And he could tell them any old bullshit. That's what they use him for. They cart him out to carry the water for the Democratic Party. That's all it is. We need better than that. We need better than that. That's all. All right, family.
On Deck with Tim Black.
Trying to reach out. Jerry ain't returning no calls.
On purpose.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
Absolutely.
To prove a point. What point he's trying to prove, I have no idea.
I run this show.
I'm gonna show.
I'm gonna pay. I'll pay you when I get ready. Like you do me. Like you do me over 5900.
Me?
You basically told me I'm gonna pay you when I get ready.
Oh no, I ain't say that. I mean,
no, your actions did.
I'm gonna take care of you, baby. I'm not Jerry. I don't like that comparison. Don't do me like that.
We come up on a year. It's a penalty for being late.
I got you. I got one thing about it. Right? You know what? I got you.
I need to see you got it, but I need to get it.
Right.
You know, pocket's light right now, Ocho. Pocket's light right now. Just say pocket's light.
That's why I love you. That's what I love. That's what I need. Come on back home. That's what I need. Thank you. That's the cannon I need. Let's go. We gonna be all right.
Oh, for sure.
We gonna be all right. I'm telling you. Good.
Ty Tribbett said we gonna be all right.
We good.
And Micah said, "Will you back me in a corner?" Well, hell, I don't even be here no more.
Yeah.
Hey, if you think, I tell you what, if you upset, talk about I might not be here, I miss.
Next on.
Man, you know, this clip is kind of disturbing. It gives me the warm fuzzies in a way because I like seeing brothers rise above adversity. You know, I'm a sucker for that, man. I want to see a brother rise up. I don't want to see a brother crash and burn out, man. I get no joy out of that. Now, I could just come off a segment where I criticize Charlamagne the God and Stephen A. Smith because they lying. They carrying water for the Democrats. They scared. But I don't want to. I take no joy out of what's happened to Shannon Sharpe. None. I'm not gonna say angry, but I'm disappointed that a brother would give an OnlyFans model 20 mil. 20 mil. That's sickening to me, man. That's sick. I don't know, man. And now he getting sued again. Somebody suing him for another $20 million for, I don't know, him and Ocho, I think, for something that I don't even know, man. He said something about them, and now they say their life is ruined. Lord have mercy, y'all. He'll probably beat that one. Can't prove he intentionally said it. Can't prove that. Anyway, at the end of the day, Johnson, you know, it's good to see Shannon Sharpe laugh and joke and beat a unk that everybody wants to see, you know. And that's all he can do in a situation like this, man. So it's good to see that. I don't know, it's good to see that. And I just saw it come. I thought I'd share with you that, you know, that the brother seemed like he's going to be resilient. He going to rise above his adversity. He ain't going to lay down for him. You can get knocked down, but don't stay down. Knock down 9, get up 10, you know. Keep on trucking, keep fighting. Keep fighting, Rock. Keep on fighting, Rock. You're big enough, Rock. You can do it, Rock. You're not a quitter. That's not you. What's Sylvester Stallone tell his son outside in that scene? Man, that's not who you are. That's not you, son. You're better than that. That's what I want to say to Shannon. You're better than that, Shannon. That's not who you are. Who you are is an idiot who let some white girl take 20. You know how many? I remember Chris Rock said, you have no idea how many black girls he put through Howard University College. Well, I know one thing, $20 million can put a lot of people through Howard. I once heard the late, great Chadwick Boseman remark how Denzel Washington was the reason why he was able to get through acting school, because of a donation that he made, a donation that he made that gave him a scholarship. And I watched that when Denzel got an achievement award and Chadwick was able to tell a story of how if it wasn't for Denzel, there would have been no Black Panther. There would have been no Black Panther without Denzel. And I thought that's amazing. With Shannon Sharpe, I'm sure this white girl from the OnlyFans, whatever her name is, Gabby, I think her name is, I think she's going to be able to say when she's driving in a Bentley in her $10 million mansion or whatever, she'll be able to say, if it wasn't for Shannon Sharpe, there would be no Bentley. This amazing $10 million mansion and this empire she sits upon, which affords her to live a life of luxury and not work again in her life, and was able to retire her OnlyFans page because of you. And no, that's not as good or big as the movie Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman's career. But you did something. Ready to go, Shannon. Gabby crawled so you could. No, that doesn't work. Denzel crawled so Gabby could fly. I don't know. Something. All right, let's keep going, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know. Those two things don't. I can't make it work. I'm trying to. Next. Man.
Deck with Tim Black.
Let slavery come back tomorrow. Well, they don't want us in their little areas and all that shit. Ain't that funny? Don't want us in their neighborhood. When they own us, we was in their house. Kind of bullshit is that? Oh, I can't come in the neighborhood, but when you own me, I was warming up your bed. Now there's something wrong with this picture. Shit, when they own us, we had 12 and 14 jobs. Now that we free, I'm so sorry, there's no jobs. Mad because we got away. Let slavery come back in the mall. They'll be on that porch. Welcome home. Get your rest. You got to go to those 12 jobs in the morning. Your room is just like it was. We haven't changed it.
Next on Deck with Tim Black.
District will change if these maps do.
Man, that was funny, man. I tell you, that's hilarious because just the last couple of days I've covered stories of a white community in Arkansas out there in the Ozarks that's an all-white community, which I had no problem with. I supported. In fact, I was coming up with names of people that could go out there and become a part of that community. We'd be glad to support them. In fact, I'm sure the Black community could run a GoFundMe to fund helping them get relocated into the all-white community. Back to the land or return to the land community. It's an all-white development out there in Arkansas. Yeah. But it did remind me of this, Paul Mooney bit. Because I think it is hilarious. Yeah. If only we could have had people like the white folks that want to go to Arkansas and build their own white community. Only we could have had that in slavery times. And we would have loved for you guys to be that way then. Unfortunately, they weren't. Yeah, unfortunately, when we wanted to be free of you the most, we just couldn't be. And when we try to run away, you come back and try to get us. And that's where the police came from Black people trying to get away and be free, to get away from you. And now we have white folks online complaining that Black people are upset about them moving away when it could be farther from the truth. Now, there may be some liberal Democrats who want to complain. Judge Joe Brown is saying that technically, legally, they can't do it. It's unconstitutional. Nah, I don't care, Judge. We don't care. Trump's in office. Who cares about the Constitution, man? Constitution, prostitution. Who cares, man? Yeah, there's a Black community in Georgia somewhere. But see, here's what we know to be fact is when Black America moves away, white people are okay with it until we start doing well. Then just like Tulsa, just like Rosewood, whenever Black community starts building up and building up our Wall Street, building up our own commerce, building up our homes, have a couple dollars to rub together, here they come to destroy everything we built. So yeah, I don't want to get too heavy, but I will say, thank you, Paul Mooney, man. May you rest in peace, my brother, man. One of the amazing icons, man, who used humor to say it, to speak truth to power, but made it funny. I just covered a story where even immigrants who are not even from the United States, who come here to this country, somehow feel like they're more American than Black Americans who built the country. Yeah, I just covered that. It was a young Black man in the neighborhood. Like, what are you doing here? Show me your ID. Show me your ID, sir. I would like to see your ID. What is your ID? What is your name? I want you to call the cops. Get my phone. Get my phone. Woman, go get my phone. Don't make me beat you. Go get my phone. We must call the police right away. And he was Indian. He was Indian. Which leads me to say, folks, it's kind of strange that the Democrats love pushing us with this people of color thing, and we've got this coalition, this black and brown coalition. These are fallacies. These are fallacies. These are fallacies. But thank you, Paul Mooney, once again for telling the truth. Even if some people are too butthurt to hear it. All we got is us. All the rest, illusion. Let's keep going, man. What do we got? Now remember, guys, hit the like button. Let the algorithm know this show is not your typical show. Remember, we're not here to get you to vote Democrat or Republican. Just be a smart person. Be independent. Choose what's best for you and your family. That's all we say here on Tim Black Show. We're not here to tell you to go follow Trump or follow Kamala, AOC, or any of these people. Don't do it. All right, guys, we've been here to talk about this. Let's find out what's going on here about this Texas. What's going on in Texas, Johnson? I don't understand.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
District will change if these maps do pass.
Yeah, so my district, what they did is they did a thing that they packed my district up, and then they cracked minorities from another community. And so what they did is they've increased the number of African Americans in my district. But while they were cracking out persons from another community and packing them into my community, they also removed all the economic engines, which is yet another red flag. This means that I don't have Southwest Airlines or JSX Airlines or Dallas Love Airport or Downtown or AT&T or Goldman Sachs, and the list goes on of amazing companies and corporations that I'm typically bringing in to make sure that we can talk about economic opportunities for the people that live in my district, including getting rid of the medical center in my district as well.
Hold on, I'm confused. So she's upset because now she has more black people that she represents. I'm missing something. Let's rewind that a little bit because that seems crazy, right? Because the way she talks, last thing she would be upset about is representing black people because she wants to be the poster child for that, right? Isn't it?
About economic opportunities for the people that live in my district, including getting rid of the medical center in my district as well.
In response to this plan, we've seen Democrats in states like New York and California say that they would look into redistricting as well. Would you encourage them to do that?
I absolutely do. We are in a fight for the soul of this country.
I'm a lawyer. A part of my practice is criminal defense work. There is no felony in the Texas Penal Code for what he says. So respectfully, he's making up some shit, okay? He's trying to get sound bites, and he has...
Imagine saying the president is making up some shit and then saying he's trying to get sound bites. See, this how... I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, Josh, it just seems crazy to me. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, you're the only one that can curse. Yeah, this is another sister. The sister, she said, I can curse too and do my hair like Jasmine Crockett. Where my money at? Where's my SNL appearance? What's going on? Can I get on the Colbert show before it's over?
There's no legal mechanism. And if he did, subpoenas from Texas don't work in New York. So he gonna come get us how? Subpoenas in Texas don't work in Chicago. He's gonna come get us how? So let me be clear. He's putting up smoke and mirrors. And I'm hopeful that the media doesn't follow that. I will also say this.
I don't think that it's an accident that Donald Trump picked up the phone, called down to Texas, told Abbott what he was going to do, and like a small, ridiculous child, he just fell in order. I don't think any of that was an accident. But what I can tell you is that we will not be an accident. We, the people of Texas, will be very intentional about making sure that they hear us, about making sure that we call them out for what they're doing. This is racist, what they are doing. Let me hear you. That is coming up with policies that will
And I was trying to understand what she was saying there, man. She's yelling, man. I don't know, man. Am I missing something, man? It seems like she's upset because she's losing her tax base. Or I should say, her donor pool. It sounds like she's upset because she's not going to be having those, those corporations to get money from. Because, see, last time Jasmine Crockett ran, she's really from Missouri. She's not from Texas. Okay. A lot of y'all don't know this. Jasmine Crockett was put together by the Democrats. She was handpicked to go do this. So anyway, there's this crook by the name of Sam Bankman-Fried. He was a crypto guy. You may have heard of him. He's right now in jail for like robbing a bunch of Hollywood types. Like what was it? I want to say Ben Affleck or Ben Affleck or I don't know. What's his name? It's a number of white actors, Matthew McConaughey maybe. Now, guys like that. He lost a lot of money with this guy because this guy was a crypto thief. And so now he's in jail for fraud. He bankrolled Jasmine Crockett's candidacy. That's how she ran. She won because, not because anybody knew her, they didn't know who she was, but she had all this money. She had a lot of money behind her. 9 times out of 10, the candidate with the most money wins. Sometimes different things happen. But in this case, she was able to win because of the money. But now that she won't be able to rely on Sam Bankman-Fried because he's in jail. So she would really need the people here, in her district, those companies to pay. And look, as much as she liked doing a sister girl routine and being performative and talking like she your sister girl, even though she went to all these private schools, and very well-educated sister, performing like she down on the hood, like whatever, she knows she needs the money. And she don't think y'all black folks gonna kick up the dollars like that, and she's right. She's absolutely right. Because what has Jasmine Crockett been doing for the people in her district? I get letters from people in her district that say she spent all her time on TV. She spent all her time going after Trump, which ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in their district. And here's another thing, guys. You may not notice that. Now, this extra focus that our district is getting that you say may be damaging, and I'm not even going to say that the GOP's not playing hardball and playing dirty. I'm sure they are, Johnson. In fact, I'll give you that every day. 6 days a week, twice on Sunday, that there's some dirty shenanigans going on in the gerrymandering of the districts. I also want to tell you that both Republicans and Democrats do that. I covered Jim Clyburn doing it in South Carolina. That's how Jim Clyburn ended up staying in office so long, because he worked with Republicans in his district to gerrymander it, so everybody be cracked up. All the blacks would be siphoned and focused to him. And so that they can't really have any impact on any other districts in South Carolina. And that makes Jim Clyburn the kingmaker of the blacks in South Carolina, which has made him popular. What else is he popular for? Is he popular for some legislation? No. He's popular because he could basically say, if you're going to win, how you going to do in South Carolina as far as black votes go. Got it? Got it. So yeah, I'm not saying that they're not right about there being an issue with the Republicans and gerrymandering and messing around in Texas. But here is my kicker. Here's my kicker. Do you believe that Texas will be getting all of this attention if it were not for Jasmine Crockett going in on Greg Abbott, the governor, and going in on Trump the way they have been? Do you think it's possible that some of Jasmine Crockett's shenanigans have come back to haunt her? And now it's going to hurt people in Texas. And what did they get for it? We know what Jasmine Crockett got for it. She got a national profile, and all these people love Jasmine Crockett. I had somebody that was in my Patreon. Remember the Tim Black Wolfpack? I said, Tim Black, looks like I may have to leave you because you're You're attacking Jasmine. He called her Jasmine like he's talked to her, like he knows her. Now, me, you talk to. Me, I've been doing this for a decade. Almost 14 years, actually. Her, he's never spoke to before, but he said it like she was his friend. And he said, I was attacking her. I guess calling her out on her bullshit performative politics is considered attacking. Wasn't attacking when I went after Colbert. Wasn't attacking when I went after Cory Booker. Wasn't attacking when I went after Tim Scott. Was not attacking when I called out Van Jones for crying and boo-hooing and fake tears. That's fine. But if I call out Jasmine Crockett for fake over-the-top sister girl antics, void of any constructive advocacy at all, saying that black people don't need reparations. Democrats do a lot for black people. We're trying to clean up the water for black people. We're fighting to give you clean water. So you can't say not getting nothing from the Democrats. We're cleaning up the water. So I know that there's some black people that are taken in by this nonsense. So I know her profile is risen. That person left my Patreon, upset over my focus on Jasmine Crockett. I wouldn't focus on her if she stopped focusing on us. So it's worked for her, you know? It's worked for her. She's got a big name. Her name rings out. Not enough that Democrats want. In fact, the rumor is Democrats say she ain't a good team player. She's a narcissist, only focused on herself. I knew that about Jasmine Crockett. The first time I saw her do a live stream, and I noticed behind her was a big picture of herself on the wall. Whenever I see a person who has a picture of themselves on the wall, that's like a red flag that a person's a narcissist, you know? And then when I saw the recent article she did, I think it was maybe it was the New York Times. I'm not sure what the newspaper was, the entity that covered her, but they covered her and it was the same thing. Contentious, focused on herself, and overall fixation on her performance and her presentation of her looks and all this stuff she was about, but the substance wasn't there. And that's sort of like my point here, man. Don't get me wrong, man. Politics is dirty. I know politics is dirty, man. And Jasmine Crockett probably is not even close to being the worst. I mean, I would say Colbert is one of the worst. You know, I would look at Maxine Waters. I would look at the Congressional Black Caucus. Probably the Congressional Black Caucus would be one of the worst. Because they advocate like they're building, like they're literally black is in the name, and then when it's down to it, they fight for other groups way more strenuously than they fight for us. But that doesn't let Jasmine Crockett off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been raising her profile, but she has not been raising the profile of the voters. And now, all this heat, calling the governor Hot Wheels, going after his disability, and doubling and tripling down. Yeah, it was funny when she called out Marjorie Taylor Greene. You go after the governor in the state that you work for likes. You did it for clout. And then when it bites you in the ass and all the other black people in Texas, in your district, then you complain. They're the boogeyman. Maybe you don't poke the dragon. And if you're going to do it, have a good reason. What did you gain by going after the governor's disability? Even when you did it, Karen Hunter, to her credit, was like, I'm not going to call him that. There's names we call him in private that we do not do. And what did she do? She did it in person. She did it live. And then she went and did it in front of an audience. After doing it live on the show, she went and did it in front of the audience because she knew there would be some people that would kiki and laugh with her, and it would give her clout. But then guess what? People remember. People remember. It's almost like Jasmine Crockett didn't grow up in so much in the street life. It's almost as if she's a little rich girl who don't know that when you put out wolf tickets and when you talk smack, it come back. Then somebody meets you at the locker. You know, with them private schools she went to, maybe she didn't get her ass kicked after running off at the mouth to other sisters. Maybe no one ever dragged her. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe she is too comfortable. Every other time out her mouth was going out to Trump. He wasn't talking about her. He didn't say a word about her. She built her career going after Trump. And then when now she's up for re-election, and now they're like me to get rid of her. Sucker, lady, I told you 4 months ago, they're going to leave you out to dry. The Democrats don't care about you. They're using you. I was critical of you, but I tried to warn you. Unlike Roland and the others, this has just made money off you. Roland did 30 videos on you. Never did he once say, maybe that sister need to chill out. That the Democrats going to use you up and throw you away like they're doing Letitia James. What about Fonnie Willis? Have you heard her lately? Nah, because they use black women and throw you away. They use the tools. They use your tools and then they break them. They break you when they're done with you. They throw you to the side and they go get another one. I tried to tell you that. Sometimes your friends come from unlikely sources. You're smart enough. And when people were saying you were dumb, I disagree with them. I said you weren't dumb. I thought you were smart. Thought you were making bad choices, but I never thought you were dumb. Maybe I was wrong to think that you were smart, because it would have to be dumb to see you poke the dragon, the governor in your own state, and then the president of the United States, knowing he's petty. It wasn't enough for him to just mention you once and then you be quiet. You kept going. You kept at it. And now everybody in your district's got to suffer because you. I blame Jasmine Crockett for what's happening. I blame Jasmine Crockett for the negative attention on her district. And what's the powerful, amazing legislation that you put together for your people? What did you get done for them? It's so amazing that it's an even trade now that they're going to be losing seats because of you with all this hyper focus on Texas now. What'd they get for it? You got to become famous. You got to become a household name for a lot of people. For weirdos and nerds that like politics, like us who cover this shit. But what did the people of your district get? To see you on the Jimmy Fallon show? Somehow I don't think that's a win for them. You know? Somehow I don't think that's going to be enough. Somehow I think that's an L. Sister, you'd be lucky to stay in office. You do know this, right? And I don't even know if you should stay. I said I don't know if you should stay. It is what it is. Jasmine Crockett, may the force be with you. May the force be with you. You know what I'm saying? May the force be with you. Guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Democrats, Republicans are playing dirty in their district. And in Texas, they are playing dirty. They want those seats. And yeah, it's a blood sport. But damn it, I can't help but think that it's not a coincidence that she had the biggest mouth in Congress. And now she's the focus. And now they're focusing their attention on her. I called it, man. I told you it was going to happen. I told you. And it'd be different if you got something out of it. For them, not for you, for the people. What'd you get them? What'd you get them? Nothing. All right, that's it. Let's go to comment section. LS says a big fat nothing. Thank Jazzy. Exactly. LS. A big fat nothing. And now it's time to play victim. Now she gonna pretend like she is so attacked. And there's gonna be somebody gonna come out and say, why aren't black men defending her? You know, we didn't put you in this situation. You put you in this situation. You did this shit. No one did this to you. You wanted to be known. You wanted to be a star. And now that's what you get. You a star. Everybody knows you. And now you are on the front, you're on the hot seat. And everybody's looking at you. And now you become a target. But unfortunately, it's not just you. It's everyone in your district. You should have to apologize to those people. You should have to apologize, Jasmine Crockett. So real talk, man. Anybody that's going to be, I know it's going to be people out here defending her and calling out people that are critics of her and blaming us. When are we going to hold those politicians accountable, man? You know, we're doing the Black Truth Challenge. That's my thing, the Black Truth Challenge. That's when we call out politicians and those in the media, and we ask them important questions. And my question to Jasmine Crockett before this was, Jasmine Crockett, why are you selling us out in order to get clout from Trump? Why are you selling us out and making the focus a personal vendetta against Trump? That was a question when we reached out to your office, because I want all my Wolfpack people to know. We reach out to major figures like Jasmine Crockett, and we invite her onto the platform, and they ignore us. They tell us her schedule's so full. She's so busy. Yeah, I know she's busy. Busy building clout. We reach out to these entities. We try to bring them on. We would love to hear her pushback and hear her explanation. They won't be confronted. They don't want to be confronted. So that's why I started the Black Truth Challenge. Because when we get everybody together pushing that hashtag, we put out the videos, we push the hashtag, we challenge them, we want them to respond. And we get enough people helping to promote the Black Truth Challenge, hashtag Black Truth Challenge, then those videos will be seen. And so far, we've called out not only Jasmine Crockett, Jim Clyburn, Maxine Waters, Al Sharpton, Roland Martin. We got other people lined up now. I want Cory Booker and Kim Jeffries. They're coming soon. They're coming soon. Right? So it's important because we're asking important questions. Why are you selling us out? And what are you doing for us? What are you doing for Black America? What are you doing for us? So anyway, it's important, Johnson. It's important. There it is. Jasmine ain't ever drove through a ghetto. And who was pushing Jasmine Crockett? Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God was pushing her, saying that she is the new face of the Democratic Party, and we love the way she talks. Her and Scholes, Andrew Scholes, another political mastermind. These same people said they didn't know Trump. They got fooled by Trump, which a month before, they were saying, we got fooled by the Democrats. I didn't know Democrats were going to do that and weren't going to fight and weren't going to do this and weren't going to do that. I was fooled by the Democrats. They're always fooled. The script is they pretend to know what they're talking about. And then when they get exposed, they say they were fooled by the Democratic Party or the Republican Party or Trump's antics. It's always an excuse. Well, they were just 3 months ago claiming how big Jasmine Crockett was, how amazing she was, how she was a breath of fresh air to the Democratic Party. And now no one's even mentioning her name. It is what it is. Charlamagne the fraud, absolutely. Come on. Well, he's something. That's it. That's all I got, man. It is what it is. Thank you, fam. She even admitted that isn't focused. Are you serious, though? She even admitted she isn't focused on legislation for her constituents. That's supposed to be her whole job. That's the only reason why you're in office. Is to focus on your constituents. I'm telling you, man, they want to be celebrities. Too many politicians want to be celebrities. That's it. That's what it is. That's a damn. They want to be rich and they want to be celebrities. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You know? But that's reality, folks. That's the deal. That's the reality. Instead, you know, and I don't know, man. All you can do is hold them accountable and expose them. And one thing they hate, vampires hate sunlight. And all you can do is put the sunlight on them and expose them for what they are. And make them have to answer to the allegations. Make them have to come out and answer to the allegations. And Jasmine Crockett will not do that. She'll go on a show where there's give her softball questions and let her talk uninterrupted for 3 and 4 and 5 minutes. Because she has no answer. Very simple, basic follow-up. Oh, you having a hard time in Texas? Would it have anything to do with you, you know, mocking the governor's disability? Maybe you think maybe that had something to do with it? That's a basic question. Why is it I've never heard anybody else, any other Texas politicians in the public eye mocking his disability except you? And then you are the one now in hot water with the district. But see, cable news media will interview her, and somehow they're not smart enough to put together that question. See what I'm saying? See, I try to tell people, man, if you want to get into this political news shit, you'll do great. All you got to do is have balls. And if you don't have them, ovaries will do just fine. Just be bold. Be willing to ask tough questions, and you will be amazing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how what's the word for it? You don't have to be the best dictator or diction, or you don't have to be the best communicator on earth. All you have to do is ask tough questions and wait for answers, and then stay on it. Because if you do that, you're better than 90% of the rest of the people doing it. Because most of them will never ask a tough question. Roland Martin could interview Jasmine Crockett 10 times and won't ever ask her one single tough question. Nothing. Doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter what you know if you won't use it to help the people. If you use it just to put money in your pocket. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I got, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, man. It's a pleasure being here with you as always, fam. Join us. You know, it's people like you that keep us going. We have a great group of folks, man. We really do. Every dollar to the Tim Black Show is a brick in our own media power. We're building our own media empire here, and it's not powered by Facebook or Tech Bros or any political party. It's powered by the people, man. And of course, it could be bigger. That's up for us to make it bigger. But the most important thing, no matter what size it is, it doesn't matter if it's brought off and if it's paid off, if it's corrupted by Democratic Party politics, Republican Party politics, or special interests. So become a part of this. Go to jointimblack.com or Patreon. I'm Tim's Take Live. Become a member of the show. I got nothing but love for y'all. Pick up a Tim Black Wolfpack mug, Tim Black Legacy mug. Only $20 to your door. Go to timblackmug.com and get a mean mug with us for $20 to your door. And I'll see you on the next one. Remember, don't let anybody take your cornbread, Johnson. Nobody. And if you're on TikTok, holla at the Bishop Tutu. She's amazing. Tell her Tim Black, send her an email. We want her on the show. All right? Big up to the Bishop Tutu. You'll see her at the Bishop Tutu. She's amazing. All right, that's it. That's all I got. And with that, as always, where my girls at? Where my ladies at? Wolfpack.
Now, there you go. I can wait till it's my